I'm nice 37 wants to talk about Mars, exaltation, and Capricorn. So exaltation in Capricorn means special power, special privileges. So as an example, Venus is exalted in Pisces, so that means special powers, special privileges. So even though Libra and Taurus own Venus, because in astrology we call it domicile, meaning like at home. So Venus is at home in these signs. So these signs, having these signs at Venus, at your Venus placement is optimal placement. It's ideal placement. So whatever zodiac sign owns that planet, it's always going to be a home in that planet. So that's what domicile means. Basically means a home, right? So when a planet is a home in a specific zodiac sign, it means it's like a natural fit, like how you are when you're at home. Like you don't have to explain yourself. Everybody already knows what it is. But exaltation means like special privileges. It means you get more superpowers in that placement. So Pisces is a better lover than Venus and Libra because Pisces isn't just love like romantically. Pisces love is the same whether it's romantic or whether it's friendly. Like the way Pisces loves their friend has the same level of devotion and depth, when you compare it to the way they love their lovers. Yes, it doesn't have that kind of romantic component, but the intensity and the dedication is the same. So Pisces can love a stranger also in the same way that Pisces can love somebody they've known for a long time. Because Pisces is all heart-led. They're all spiritual. So if the vibe says to me that this person needs love, then I'm going to give it to them even though I don't know them. And I'm going to give it to them in the same way I give it to somebody that I care about or somebody I've known for a long time. So exaltation means special privileges. It means a deeper level of understanding of that thing. Because think of it like sprinkling. It's kind of like seasoning. Think of it that way. Like seasoning on top of your food. Or think about it like sprinkling Parmesan cheese on top of your pizza. With those red crushed peppers on top. So it's just a little extra something that makes it even more tasty, even more yummy, and even more wonderful. So the reason why Mars is exalted in Capricorn is because even though Capricorn doesn't like war, because Capricorn naturally likes to get along, because Capricorn is a community builder in astrology, but if you go out of your way to start war with Capricorn, Capricorn intends to finish it. Because Capricorn does not like loose ends, okay? Capricorn doesn't like loose ends, and they don't like funny business. So if you give Capricorn funny business, and they can tell that they are on the right side of history, the kind of damage and wrath that Capricorn is going to bring you is going to be much worse than Aries, which, is at home at Mars, and much worse than Scorpio, who also is at home at Mars. So being exalted, having your sign exalted in a specific planet means you get even more privileges than the people who are at home there. It's kind of like the keys to the city. That's a good way to describe it. It's the keys to the city. So you could be from, Gemini Nice, you're from New York City. You could be from New York City. But let's say somebody else who's not from New York City who has a lot of power. Let's say Beyonce. I just picked her because she was just on my mind. Let's say Beyonce gets honored by New York City, and the mayor decides to give Beyonce the keys to the city. You are from New York City, you live in New York City, but the powers that she now has access to, now that she has the keys to the city, are going to be much greater than the power that you have, even though you are born and raised in New York City. So it's kind of like that. You get everything else that everybody gets, and then you get a little bit more. The little bit more with Capricorn is that Capricorn is naturally about following the rule, naturally likes to do the right thing, naturally likes to stay out of drama, naturally is very peaceful and positive as a zodiac sign. Not because their energy is always up, but because they don't like mess. They don't like drama. They don't like negativity. They don't like things that don't uplift. Capricorn is very big on being conscious and being purposeful. So anything that doesn't uplift, anything that doesn't bring good vibes, anything that doesn't make the world better and make people better, Capricorn doesn't like. This is why you will seldom find them engaging in like gossip or drama, because they're too mature. They're too old for that, spiritually speaking. So when you try to debase them to a level that is beneath them and you want them to join you in war, Capricorn intends to finish it with the intentions of teaching you a lesson about karma. Because remember, Capricorn is a karmic. Capricorn is ruled by Saturn. Capricorn is the only zodiac sign ruled by Saturn. So anytime you're fucking with Capricorn, you're literally playing with your life. But you just don't know it. Because it seems fun because Capricorn is laid back and chilled and sweet and kind. And you think, oh, they're harmless. Until you cross that line. And then naturally, Capricorn being a community builder, they have to restudy that line. Because Capricorn is here to be an example to the community about having good morals, having good ethics, having good values, having good character, being a decent human being, working hard, and your word being your bond. So when somebody has spent their whole lives fighting every impulse that they have to be bad and to do bad things and to do mean things and to do negative things, and they've like rose up to this level where they're not even entertained by these activities, if you invite them in that kind of an activity, they have a high reserve for negativity, if that makes sense, because they have a lot of self-control. So the exaltation of Capricorn on Mars is also the other side of their self-control, because they know exactly where to strike and how to strike. And what makes it worse is that they have that can't stop, won't stop. Because Capricorn is not going to stop until you got the message. And the message is you're not in charge. Watch your ego. Do your trauma work. Heal yourself. Capricorn is not your enemy. You need to get right with God. Because if you were right with God, you would know going around and creating mess in people's lives is not the way to go. Because you would know that inevitably that is coming to you. Because I am a part of you as you're a part of me. So if you're giving me negativity that I don't deserve, guess who you're giving negativity to? Ding, 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 ding. It's you. So that's Capricorn's message. In a negative though, what that looks like is bullying behavior, aggressive behavior, dogmatic behavior, selfish, self-centered, egotistical, highly impatient, highly judgmental, highly critical, highly sexual, with very little self-control, self-restraint, and really problematic. Because these are people that will create chaos and act like they're not mature enough to understand how they got here. Which obviously, that's not how we grow. We don't grow in lies or pretense. We only grow in truth. And that's why God has given Capricorn a sixth sense, is because truth is very important to God. So Capricorn always knows when they're doing the wrong thing. But when they're not evolved, they act like they don't. And they think pretending like they don't is enough to get them off the hook. But a wise Capricorn knows God is a reader of hearts, so you can act all you want. But if your intentions are not pure, that's what you're going to pay for. You pay for your intentions. You don't just pay for your actions. You pay for your actions and your intentions. Because we all know sometimes you can do the right thing but have evil intentions. Let's say, as an example, if I bake a cake for you, and I say, oh my God, Gemini Nice 37, I have this wonderful cake I baked for you. I know you love this type of cake. I know you love cheesecake. I've baked this wonderful, delicious cheesecake for you here. What if I had poisoned that cake and you didn't know and I gave it to you? Do you think I will get blessed for giving you that cake? No. Because my intentions were to harm you. Even though on the surface it looked like I was doing something nice. So Capricorn is very reserved because they don't like to make mistakes. They don't like to do the wrong thing, and they don't like to have a lot of regret. So that's why they're very cautious about how they move, and they're very cautious about like their intentions. So if Capricorn senses that their intentions aren't good, they will check themselves to heal that part of themselves before they bring it to the world, because they know their impact. Once you get like older, energetically, spiritually, the zodiac signs are more conscious of their impact. They understand their actions affect other people. It starts with Libra, but when you get to like, I would say when you get to Capricorn is where it really sinks in. Sagittarius is still trying to get a hold of it. But Capricorn definitely gets that they are a leader and they are an example to the community, and they're held to a certain standard that they need to live up to. This is why when they try to act immature while doing some shicey things, they always end up getting burned, because you can't poison the cake and say, oh, but I give you a cake, you know. But the flip side of that is this. Sometimes you do the wrong thing, but your intention was good. I do that all the time. The issue is never my heart or my intentions, because my intentions are always good. My heart is always in the right place. My heart is always good. I don't have a mean bone in my heart. Like, I have no evil intent towards anything or anyone. I'm very accepting of everyone, a lot of people, and life as it is. But because I'm a flawed human, sometimes I make the wrong calls, or I move too fast and I make mistakes and I drop things, or I come across insensitive and careless when I don't mean to. So that's another example of having the right intention. You know, like, I intend to do good, but my actions are poor. My actions create harm, even though my intentions were good. So in that case, you know, it's the same, but I think it holds a little less weight when your intentions are pure versus when your intentions are not pure, because the heart is the most important organ on the body. That's why babies, when babies are born, when babies are first made, when the sperm meets an egg and it starts to like develop into a little substance that we later call a fetus, the very first organ that gets created on the baby is the heart. It's because the heart is where everything starts. If your heart is wicked, that's a spiritual issue. Because I can't teach somebody you can teach people a lot of things, but you can't teach them how to have a good heart. Okay? Being a good person and having a good heart is not something that can be taught. And Capricorn